Recording चालू आहे का? I think not. No. It is going on. Okay. I think joined. All have joined once again. Okay, mechanical composting. What I told, it is the faster process to decompose because we are converting it into the small pieces. Okay. So in the mechanical composting, it requires a small area as compared to the trenching and open window composting because there is a time required for the same is more. If time is required more, the area is also required more. Okay. The stabilization of waste takes 3 to 6 days. Simply within 3 to 6 days, the stabilization performs. The operation involved are reception. What are the different processes are involved in the mechanical composting that I will tell you? Reception of refuse in the sense collection and coming to the spot, then segregation, separation of the material, then shredding in the sense cutting the material and convert it into small pieces, and then stabilization, and then marketing the humus. Okay, these are the simple steps involved in the mechanical composting. So with the help of diagram, I will show you. Just look at this diagram and try to understand first. Then I will explain. Simply first step, what is the simple first step? Reception of refuse. Okay, with the help of your different containers you can collect from the entire city and will come to the one location where you are going to perform the process of composting. Okay, and then second step involves, what is the second step? In the second step, uh, segregation we are performing. Very important step in the mechanical composting. In the mechanical composting, we are converting it into the small pieces. Okay, so segregation is very important. Maybe the required material we will get through that segregation process, or maybe some non-decomposable type of material we will be able to separate it out. Okay, so the different types of separators we can provide. Here in this figure you can see this is the ferrous metals separator. So it is there is a arrangement made to collect the metals from the material waste, solid waste, is it? And another one is the provided to collect the aluminum metals. Okay, so this will help to separate it out. This is one of the useful type of products which we can recycle in the same industry, or we can reuse it instead of sending it as a waste. Okay, that's why separation is very important step. And then you can go for shredding and convert into very fine pieces. Simply cutting of the material and converting it into the small pieces. Okay, this will help to decompose. Means bacteria will be able to decompose it with a faster rate if it is converted into small pieces instead of the larger one pieces. So that's why we need to convert it into small pieces, and hence the rate of digestion or stabilization is more as compared to any other method of composting. Okay, understood mechanical composting? So write down about the mechanical composting. So these few lines note down please in your notebook about the mechanical composting. Okay, done. If you are done, we'll go to the next point. Okay. We have discussed open composting, on-site composting, vermicomposting, okay, and windrow composting and pile composting is nothing but the above methods we have discussed, that is Nanded and Bangalore method. Then now we are going to discuss about the vessel composting method. Okay, vessel composting method, how it looks like. Yeah, it is the aerobic composting method. Okay, so you can see here the different stages are involved in the vessel composting. Okay, organic matter, inorganic nutrients, water, and microorganisms together will be collected and dropped into the vessel type of container, and oxygen will be allowed to enter into this uh, vessel, and from that vessel we can allow to release the water, heat, and carbon dioxide, and the mixing will be performed in that, and after the completion of decomposition or the digestion stabilization, this will be producing a uniform mixture of humidified organic matter, minerals, water, and microorganisms as an output from this vessel composting. Are you getting? So I tried to explain display here through the diagrammatically. So in detail, we will discuss here what is the in-vessel composting. It is a process in which compostable material is enclosed in a drum, silo, bin, tunnel, or reactor or other container for the purpose of producing the compost. Maintained under uniform conditions of temperature, and moisture, where airborne emissions are controlled. So this is the biggest advantage of this vessel composting. Each method is having their own advantages and disadvantages, and that we have to look out. As per the situations and conditions available, we can accept which any of the type of vessel, no, any type of composting method. So what is the biggest advantage of vessel composting method is this will, it is mentioned over here. Completed. Thank you so much. So what is that advanced? Uh, what is that advantage? It is maintained under the uniform conditions of temperature and moisture, where airborne emissions are controlled. It is in a controlled form, so it will not be allowed to enter the allowed to spread the airborne diseases. Are you getting? So that's why this is one of the effective one. Uses forced aeration. Artificially we are providing aeration, and agitation to control conditions and promote rapid composting. Is it? So some of the activities we can add to increase the rate of digestion. Each system design is different, but there are some common elements. Okay, so this is about the vessel composting. I think you understood. So you can write down about the vessel composting. Just simply process write down. All other things are not required. Okay. If your exam get process will be offline, in that case you may need these kinds of notes for the writing purpose. Okay, so please keep on writing in your book. Okay, once again, here I have mentioned within vessel composting, the process is much hotter. Up to 70 degrees Celsius temperature can be raised because it is a closed conduit, is it? So it is possible to increase the temperature. If it is, we are keeping it in a open window method or other types of composting method, the environmental conditions are affecting on that and the temperature is not being maintained. So but it is we are maintaining it in a vessel, that's why the degree of temperature will be increased, and which will help to kill the pathogenic bacteria and the weeds also. Environmental advantages of in-vessel composting are to reduce the volume of organic waste going to landfill, and also reduces the odor and vermin attraction. Compost is slow release and will not leach out. Okay, so simply you can remember two advantages: reduces the land required for the landfilling purpose, and another one reduces the odors releasing into the atmosphere. It is also one of the faster method as compared to the traditional method of composting, because it is a controlled system and hence we are able to maintain the temperature in the vessel, and that temperature will help to increase the rate of degradation. Along with that, it will also give the benefit to kill the pathogenic bacteria and weeds also. Okay, this is about the vessel composting. So for further understanding, I have shown here the figure. You can see here the figure. This is a vessel, okay, and this is the rotator. For the mixing purpose, manually you can mix the organic compound here, is it? This is a roof. You can open it and add the material for the decomposition purpose, okay. And we are forcing the artificially we are providing the air, okay. From the outlet also air will be allowed to enter here, and entire method is a closed one. Excuse me, just see the figure. I will be back within 5 minutes. Okay, I think you understood about the vessel composting. Okay, now what are the different factors affecting or influencing the composting process that we will see? Okay, first one is the basically the composting is a complicated biochemical reaction process that can be influenced by the many of the factors. And what are these factors? Carbon nitrogen ratio, moisture content. If the carbon nitrogen ratio uh, is actually that range, I have forgotten to tell you. Okay, I will tell you. If the moisture content is good, that moisture is present, sufficient moisture is present, then the rate of degradation will be more. If the dry is there, in that case there will be less amount rate of decomposition will be there. Oxygen and aeration interaction. If it is the aerobic process, there is a requirement of sufficient amount of oxygen, and if the sufficient oxygen is available, then the rate of decomposition will be more. At a thermophilic temperature, the decomposition performs in a better manner. What is the range of thermophilic temperature? That is in the range of 35 to 55 degrees Celsius temperature. If it is beyond the 55 degrees Celsius, the microbes present for the decomposition purpose will get died. And if it is less than that 25 degrees Celsius temperature, at that condition, it will not work effectively. Hence, if it is in the range of 35 degrees Celsius to 55 degrees Celsius, the decomposition rate will be faster one. So pH is also affecting on the process of decomposition. Usually the pH should be in the range of 6.5 to 8.5 for the effective decomposition purpose. Okay. Then feedstock and nutrient balance. What kind of feedstock is being used for the composting purpose? एक second ना. You are requested to note down the factors influencing on the process of composting. Okay, have you done? Let me know. Okay. Now we will see about the biogas energy from organic solid waste. So all are requested to draw this sketch first. Then I will explain the process. Completed diagram. Have you completed diagram or not? Someone please reply. Okay, biogas. We might have heard a lot of time about the biogas. What is exactly the biogas process that we are going to study over here? Biogas is produced by the fermentation of stackable manure from animal husbandry and other organic waste, which can be converted into the electricity and heat during the combustion process in a combined heat and power plant. Okay, so this is the fundamentals about the biogas. So I will explain with the help of figure now. So you can see here, this is a ground level shown by the dotted line. Then through this is the chamber, inlet chamber, you can say. Through this feedstock material, you can add an inclined pipe is provided to send the material into the digester. This will be the main digester where the degradation or the stabilization will perform. Okay, here the different types of microorganisms will convert that material into a manure, and after the complete stabilization or digestion, this material will be get outside through the outlet chamber. Okay, so this process is working on the mass balance equation. Whatever the amount of input you are providing through the inlet chamber, the amount, quantum of amount of material will be getting outside through the outlet chamber. Are you getting? So this way it is working on the mass balance equation. Now, this is a dome which is provided to collect the gas produced during the decomposition process. So this is a tank where the decomposition will be, this is a tank where the degradation process will be performed in absence of oxygen. This is a completely anaerobic method, and hence it will be performed, the decomposition will perform in absence of oxygen. So during the decomposition material, this sludge will go to the next, move forward towards the outlet sludge tank. But during decomposition, whatever the gases produces, just now in the earlier point, we have discussed what kind of gases are emitting during the anaerobic decomposition. First one, methane. Second one, carbon dioxide, and then H2S. So these gases, combination of these gases will emit into the this chamber, and for collection purpose, this dome has been provided, and that combination of all these gases producing during the decomposition process are known as the biogas. Biogas is a simply composition of methane, that is CH4, then carbon dioxide, and then some amount of H2S, hydrogen sulfide. Okay, these are the gases involved into the biogas. Okay, now for the collected biogas, we can use as an energy. Methane is a fuel. Okay, so directly biogas, we can use it for the burning purpose, or we can convert it into the we can purify it and then we can use it. It depends upon your requirements. Okay,